Herein opens the court of Cuin McDay and Signe Harry, King and Queen of Atlantia.
Good morning, and welcome to our final court. We are met here virtually under unique and trying circumstances, but we're going to make the best of it. We understand there's about a 30-second delay, and we're pleased. We're pleased that the means exist to make it possible for us to address you this morning and to make this transition and to recognize the work of some very worthy individuals who otherwise would have been missed. So it's going to look a little different today. Scrolls are going to come out later. Mistress Tanis will be contacting people for addresses, and we'll make sure that those get posted to the internet, hopefully this evening, so that you can see the work, you can see the scrolls, and so that the artists, the illuminators and calligraphers can get their just credit. So without further ado, we're going to get started.
Their Majesties will now attend to the business planned for Gulf Wars. Their Majesties will now recognize Lady Elisif Giadaughter.
Now, what those watching at home can't see is that we have a device set up where we can see Elisar, Marion, Elisif in front of us. And we are now going to proceed with the first that I know of virtual, truly virtual laurel here in the Kingdom of Atlantia. So, Marion, are you prepared?
With the honor, Your Majesty, and I present before you the woman who was my apprentice, who seeks to attain the most noble and honorable order of the laurel. If it is your will, Your Majesty, she is presented before you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Elisif.
Your Majesty.
Elisif, last night, Her Majesty and I, along with their highnesses, your household, set you on vigil to consider the rights, the responsibilities, the joys of becoming a peer of the society and joining the Order of the Laurel. Have you completed your vigil?
I have, Your Majesty.
And is it still your intent to accept this award from our hands and join the ranks of the Order of the Laurel?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Is there regalia?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Then, having sat your vigil and heard the counsel of your family, friends, and peers, as well as the reports and challenges of worthies who support your inclusion in our noble Order of the Laurel, we ask, is there a cloak?
There is a cloak, Your Majesty.
All right.
Your Majesty, this cloak was made by my hand and the hands of many, many, many other amazing artisans. It is a continuous chain of laurel wreaths that are connected with a line of gold. As Elisif's heart is gold, she carries the artistry of the known world with her in her heart and around her shoulders. My gift to you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Is there a medallion?
Their medallion? Yes, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, the medallion that is being placed around Elisif is a heritage medallion from my peer, Mistress Bridget, oldest daughters. Bridget was a force to be reckoned.
We have apparently lost our signal. We have lost our signal, but Lady Elisif has sat her vigil. She's received the counsel of her peers. She has been wrapped in the cloak of a laurel, and she's been presented a heritage medallion from her peer. Therefore, at the risk of not getting her back, and wanting to be sure that we give this award before she and her noble husband have to leave our kingdom this summer for military service, we are pleased at this time to raise her to the Order of the Laurel, with all rights pertaining thereto, for Mistress Elisif.
For Mistress Elisif.
Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat!
Marion Elisif, I know you're out there watching. I'm sorry we lost connection. We want to make sure that we did this and it is recorded in the annals of the kingdom, so that you don't go without. God forbid you should go to another kingdom in any other station than as a member of the Order of the Laurel.
Their Majesties now wish to recognize Duchess Lynette Cimer.
Lynette, for all your prowess on the field, for all your hard work in archery, and for your ferocity as a fighter, we'd like to give you the Silver Osprey today.
For
Duchess Lynette, newest member of the Order of the Silver Osprey. Vivat!
Viva!
Vivat! Vivat! Their Majesties now wish to recognize Baroness Margaret Ladd.
Margaret, your skills with fletching, your commitment to the art of archery, your research on clothing, as well as your finger loop braiding, and your willingness to share everything with everybody has been brought to our attention, and we've seen it ourselves. And therefore, we are pleased to award you a coral branch in this, our last court.
For Her Excellency, Baroness Margaret Ladd, newest member of the Order of the Coral Branch. Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
But wait, there's more. I'd like to give some special thanks to some folks that helped organize several vigils at Amir and really pulled it together for the peers of the kingdom. Mistress Linnea and Sir Alarin, I'm giving you my undine today to say thank you for everything you did to make that event go so smoothly and to support your fellows in the laurels. So, thank you.
For Olaf, Linnea Inyan Wikaradin, and Sir Alarin Mab Bleju, newest recipients of Her Majesty's Award of the Undine. Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
I was off. And Ragnar and Lynette, you guys aren't getting off so easily either. Both of you were also of great assistance at the War of the Wings and have been loyal supporters to the crown, especially helpful to me. And so I'm giving you both fountains for your work at Amir and my undines as well. Thank you so much.
For their graces, Duke Ragnar Blackhammer and Duchess Lynette Cimer, newest recipients of Her Majesty's Award of the Undine and newest members of the Order of the Fountain. Vivat!
Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Their Majesties now wish to recognize Master Marcus Vitalis Ursus.
It's ironic that we are gathered here and we're being filmed, but one person who is not filming us is Ursus, who has chronicled the life of this and many other kingdoms, the SCA, for as long now as I can remember, many years. We think that it would be appropriate to recognize Master Ursus's unparalleled contributions to the photographic record of the SCA by giving him an award that has no peer. And therefore we are pleased to award him the nonpareil in this, our final court. Thank you, Ursus.
Thank you, Ursus.
For Master Ursus, newest member of the Order of the Nonpareil, Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Now I'm gonna cry.
Their Majesties will now attend to the business planned for Hidden Mountain Baronial Birthday and Investiture.
Hidden Mountain Baronial Birthday after Gulf Wars was the next event that was canceled, and this was a particular disappointment, as it was a baronial changeover, and we had several awards that we wanted to give, as well as presenting the scrolls and recognitions for awards that were given at Manannan. Your Majesty?
At Manannan McLear, we had actually planned to give some awards, but weren't able to announce them, and we're planning on doing it at Hidden Mountain. So, Lord Pippin the Red, we're giving you an opal today. You've been a seneschal, a heavy fighter. You worked with youth fighting. You volunteered at War of the Wings, art, service. You more than deserve it, and we're sorry that we missed you at Manannan. For Willow, Pippin's daughter, we're giving you an Alcyon. You've been the youth A&S champion, started sewing when you were 4. You make your own garb and toys, and you share them with others. And you've also apprenticed to the Three Barons Catering and earned several YAPA awards. So we give you the Alcyon today. And finally, from Hidden Mountain Investiture, from Manannan, sorry. Lady Cassid, we missed you there as well. For your work as the Kingdom Calendar Deputy, we're giving you a fountain today. Thank you all very much.
If we could have vivats for the recipients from Manannan.
Vivats for the recipients of Manannan. Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat!
Your Majesties, I'm terribly sorry, but my notes have overheated. And if I could have one moment, I will go get my notes in another form, and I will be right back.
All right.
Thank you, Your Majesties.
Now, we're going to soldier on while our herald corrects a technical issue, and we thank her for her service. We would point out at this time that this event does comply with all local statutes. We have less than 10 people present, and we are rigorously maintaining distance between them. We have new awards that we were going to do at Hidden Mountain Baronial Birthday. Not least among them is a fountain for Lady Esme Bramley. She has served as head retainer for the Baron and Baroness of Hidden Mountain for 3 years. She continued holding offices while doing that, autocratic events, entering exhibits in A&S, and running A&S classes and competitions, as well as teaching her art. Her work for Hidden Mountain is work for the kingdom, and therefore we are pleased to award Esme the Fountain today. A lot of people don't realize how much work goes on behind the throne and behind the baronial chair. Today, we would like to recognize one such person who has kept one of our barons working hard for the kingdom. Melissa of Tiercy Shore has supported Baron Roybeard, making it possible for him to serve as Baron, and she helps out the barony of the Canton whenever and wherever she can. They both work in healthcare. We'd ask you to keep them in your prayers today and going forward. And at this time, we would award Melissa of Tiercy's Shore her arms and raise her to the ranks of the nobility. So for Esme and Melissa of Tiercy's Shore.
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
For those of you who are new to the SCA, you may not realize that barons and baronesses act as the representative of the people to the crown and the crown to the people, and they hold those lands as our representatives and from us, and therefore it is right and proper under the current circumstances that we will now open the last court of Baron Roybeard and Baroness Cecilia our rightful representatives in the barony of Hidden Mountain. In this court, we are going to honor their excellencies' final requests for their court business by awarding a Baron's Award of Excellence to Lord Seifert Wolfhart and to Mistress Joran McLaughlin for their continuing and constant support of the Baron and of Hidden Mountain. We are so sorry that you could not receive these awards in person from Roy Beard, but we honor your work and wanted to make sure that it wasn't missed.
And for the Baroness's award of courtesy. Baroness Cecilia was very upset that she couldn't give these in person, and so we are happy to present these for her. Lady Esme Bramley and Baron Roybert McOsker. She's giving you her award of courtesy today for all your work and all your help. We have a couple of other awards as well. Do you want me to continue?
There's three of them, right?
Right. The Order of the Defender of the Mountain today goes to Lord Sean McEwen, and the Order of the Azure Mountain to Lady Catherine McAthirka, Lord Patras Terra Lapori, and Lady Slanya Inyan Shaughnessy. For the newest members of the Order of the Defender of the Mountain, the Order of the Azure Mountain, we give vivats.
Vivats! Vivat! Vivat!
Your Majesty, thank you for your indulgence.
You're welcome. Turning now to the, it is a day of transition. And so at this point, we would like to thank Baron Roybeard and Baroness Cecilia Blythe for their service to our barony of Hidden Mountain and to our kingdom. And now it is time to release them from that service so that they may pursue other work, other goals, other aspirations in the kingdom and in the society. And it's only fit and proper that we recognize loyal service by a good Baron and Baroness by raising them to the rank of Baron of our court and Baroness of our court, and we do that at this time. Furthermore, Her Majesty has an additional endorsement for Baroness Cecilia.
Baroness Cecilia, you and Roybert have done phenomenal work, and you especially have been a great help and a great supporter of the Crown, and therefore we would like to return that acknowledgement of your support. Today we are giving you a peacock and a raven as supporters for your arms. Thank you for everything you've done.
For their retiring excellencies, Roybeard and Cecilia.
For their retiring excellencies, Roybeard and Cecilia, newest recipients of court baronies, and newest recipient of supporters from their majesties. Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Now, this is particularly sad that we cannot invest a new Baron and Baroness for Hidden Mountain in person, but I promise you that Her Majesty and I, no matter when in the future it may occur, as soon as we're all together, we will participate fully in celebrating your ascension and thanking you for the work that you don't even know that you've agreed to do. But take comfort in the fact that you have overwhelming support from the people of your barony and nothing but positive commentary. We had a great cast to choose from, and your work over the years has been exemplary, and therefore at this time we are pleased to accept the recommendation of the Barony of Hidden Mountain and name Lord Robert of Misty Marsh by the Sea and Lady Bridget O'Shea, our representatives in our lands of Hidden Mountain, and Baron Baroness Hidden Mountain, for Robert and Bridget.
For their excellencies, Robert and Bridget, newest Baron and Baroness of Hidden Mountain. Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Do you wish to recognize the next candidate, Your Majesty?
Robert and Bridget, we look forward to the day that you may pledge your fealty in person to our heirs and they to you. Next award.
Their Majesties wish to recognize Mistress Allison McCool Elfane.
Mrs. Allison, thank you for coordinating the baronial pollings. I have a note here that you were the only seneschal in the barony who was not running for the job, and you made sure things went very smoothly. Thank you for your help. We are giving you our fountain today.
For Mistress Allison McCool of Elfane, newest recipient of the Order of the Fountain. Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Oh, and this is a special one.
Their Majesties would like to recognize Raven the Helpful, also known as Danielle Elizabeth.
Danielle, you have been a phenomenal presence in the SCA. You've been very helpful. You're always working in the kitchen. You've been serving feasts. You served as the royal liaison. You have presented so much to the kingdom that we'd like to present something back to you, and that is your arms, as we elevate you to the ranks of the nobility. I know there is a beautiful scroll. I hope everybody will look for it online. Thank you so much, and congratulations, Lady Raven.
For Lady Raven the Helpful, newest Lady of Atlantia. Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Their Majesties wish to recognize His Grace, Duke Brian of Sacred Stone.
Most people know Duke Brian as a fearsome opponent on the field of armored combat. What they may not be as familiar with is that he is also a fearsome foe on the rapier field. Victor and champion of many bouts, several tournaments, and has made his presence known on the rapier fields of Penzic and Gulf Wars, and therefore we are pleased to name him a sea dragon for his prowess with rapier. For Duke Brian.
For Duke Brian, newest member of the Order of the Sea Dragon. Vivat!
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 Their Majesties would like to recognize Lady Catherine McKethrick.
McKethrick. I've been fumbling with the pronunciation, and I'm so sorry. Lady Catherine is an amazing fiber artist. We have seen her work and seen her competitions, entries into A&S competitions. She makes felted items, applique clothing, painted banners, shoes, woven cloth. You are definitely enhancing the glory of Hidden Mountain, one piece of headgear at a time. And so we'd like to give you our coral branch today, Lady Catherine.
For Lady Catherine, newest member of the Order of the Coral Branch. Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Their Majesties would now like to recognize Sir Eckhard Thurn.
Sir Eckhard, I so enjoy taking the field with you. You are an incredibly fierce fighter and a wonderful friend, and you have been just as great at teaching others how to excel on the field. So today we want to recognize your wonderful spirit and your teaching by giving you a sea stag.
For Sir Eckhard, newest member of the Order of the Sea Stag. Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Their Majesties now wish to attend to the business of their last and final court.
Today we are pleased to announce that following an election among the members of the Order, that Baron Lachlan is the new principal of the Order of the Sea Stag. The Sea Stag, for those who are not familiar, is an award given for the teaching of fighting, the teaching of combat. And we are very pleased to see Lachlan at the helm. We wish to thank Baroness Ilaria for her hard work as the prior principal, and we know that during these difficult times the Sea Stag will continue to come up with ways to share their knowledge and to continue to teach the combat arts in the Kingdom of Atlantia and beyond.
For Baron Lachlan, newest principal of the Order of the Sea Stag, Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Their Majesties now wish to recognize Lady Esse Inyan Donkaid.
Lisa has been the ANS coordinator for no fewer than, or no less than 7 events in the last 2 years. She's sponsored a number of ANS competitions. She's worked really hard on her research in a number of areas. You see these things pop up on the internet all the time. She's worked on the Penzic Children's Fete, and she's a thrown weapons archery marshal and also a water bearer. For these and many other services, we are pleased to award Issa the Opal today in our last court.
For Lady Issa, newest member of the Order of the Opal, Vivat! Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat!
Their Majesties wish to recognize Master Yontus Rainish.
Yontus has done a tremendous amount of work on the Atlantean award system, the electronic award system, and it is a work in progress. Just the evolutionary change that I've seen over the last few years has been nothing short of remarkable, and therefore we wish to recognize Yontus with a fountain today, so that he knows that we know what he's done for us.
For Master Yontus, newest recipient of the fountain, Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Their Majesties now wish to recognize Lady Osa the Archer.
For her service as Scrivener Royal, there is no thank you big enough. But we have an award to mark this occasion, to let the kingdom know that we have not forgotten. And therefore we are pleased to award Osa the fountain.
For Lady Osa, newest recipient of the fountain, Vivat! Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat!
Their Majesties now wish to recognize Lady Laura Grayley Delamore, Lady Juliana at Aquam, Baroness Cecile Casser, Mistress Adindra Marlin, and Master Kian McKelkane We Dublock.
I'm going to do all these as a group. There's a few more.
Oh,
We have
if I may, Your Majesty, I'm sorry. I thought I got to Master Key. I was so happy about getting
I
to
know.
Lady Jeanette Noel,
Nicole.
Lady Vigdis Lucas daughter, Lady Kira Lechuza, Lady Olivia Trivisana, and Baron Diego Diaz de Oviedo.
So I'm going to recognize everyone as a group, and I think we'll, when I'm done with Undines, then we'll give the votes. Is that okay?
Yes.
So, this is where it gets really hard, and I get really emotional, because this is the very end of a reign that would have been impossible without the help of everyone who came together and supported the crown and supported me in so many ways. To all the retainers that were just listed, to people that came and gave up hours of their events and time to be there to help me at every event that I've been to. I cannot thank you enough. You do not know what your service means to me and how amazing you are for the kingdom. And I thank you so much. And it's been a wonderful opportunity to get to know several of you a lot better. So thank you, everyone, for all your loyal service retaining. I have a couple other unnames to give.
Would you like me to announce those names as well, Your Majesty?
I'll do it.
Okay.
If that's, there's more undines and there's more thank yous. For personal service, I want to recognize Duke Michael of Bedford. For all your counsel and assistance, Your Grace, I am most grateful. Mr. Sedan Lowry, for helping to organize Kingdom Travel fundraisers and for being a perpetual friend and someone always willing to lend a hand or advice. I also give you my undine and my thanks. Mistress Claire de Cressy, for the amazing clothing. You have made so many reigns look so regal, and your work is amazing. Thank you. And for Baroness Karen Taylor de Cameron, for always doing my hair. I had to do my own today, and I really missed you. So thank you for helping me look beautiful at every event. And then there's more. Duchess Marie Simone de Barhavel, La Fildena, and Duchess Kalisa Alexandrovna, thank you for going above and beyond to serve the crown. For Dame Elizabeth of Rosewood, Baroness Elizabeth of Rosewood and Baron Lucas von Riemer, also going above and beyond to serve the crown. You have been the most loyal of friends and retainers, and I don't know if everybody has yet to see how much work they put into their kingdom, but you will, because they're the new Baron and Baroness of Windmaster's Hill. And we are grateful for that. Duke Brian of Sacred Stone, you are as sweet a friend as you are as fierce a foe, and I thank you for being the King's champion and for standing by to assist me whenever he couldn't be present. Thank you. John Fitzjohn, for being the captain of my guard, and Ellis of Gita's daughter. I've had more fun getting to know the two of you and traveling with you and being on the field with you, John, and being at events with you, Elisif. You have traveled the length and breadth of this kingdom with me, and it is with great pleasure I acknowledge all your work, and it is with great sorrow that I acknowledge that you'll be leaving our kingdom for a brief sojourn abroad. We cannot wait to see you back on our shores again. Thank you for everything. Baroness Katerina de Paolo, for being my heavy champion. And to Magnus Olfsen, for being her loyal supporter. Mistress Rosalind Delamere, for being my rapier champion. And Master Gaston Valmont, for being her supporter. Thank you for spouses, for allowing your champions, my champions, to travel and to assist me, and to my champions for always being there. It is very difficult to dismiss the team. Dame Isabella Idania Delamere and Lord Declan, thank you for being my Chamberlain and my Chamberlain's loyal help. And Mistress Tanis of Tyrdan and Sir Tanek of Ancestor, I have said so many words to Tanis and to Idania to say thank you in person, but I must publicly thank them. There are no words for the people that make the courts go, that make the kingdom go, and to keep the crown traveling to where we need to be, and making sure that we have all the things that we need to be able to help the kingdom do its business. Thank you. I love you guys so much. So for all my undines.
For all the recipients of Her Majesty's Undines, for their loyal support and service of Her Majesty, Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
This has been an interesting reign, and I haven't been able to be as active as I had hoped, obviously. And I want to thank all those people that Signe just named for taking such good care of her. Everything I can tell is that she has shined over the last 6 months. She has shined. And she couldn't have done it without you. So thank you. I wish to announce now my King's Award of Excellence. My King's Award of Excellence for this reign was Mistress Tanis, the glue who's held 2 reigns together. I have no idea the amount of work that she does. Dame Adanya for jumping in this reign and taking up half of that load, learning from Tanis, Allison. We're very grateful for your work. Duke Brian, being my champion meant standing in for me this time, in fact. And you did it with grace and skill. I'd like to thank Baron Lucas, because when I did show up, he was always there, as he has been for more years than I'd like to count. So, to those folks, I give my King's Award of Excellence and my deep and abiding thanks. Thank you all. At this time, Her Majesty and I release all our champions, all our retainers. It's time for us to go, but Her Majesty has one more piece of business.
Your Majesty, do you wish to call the box for the...
I do, sorry.
For the recipients of His Majesty's King's Award of Excellence for their service and loyalty to His Majesty, Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat!
And
Vivat!
And to the outgoing retainers and champions, to their loyal service to their Majesties and the Kingdom of Atlantia, Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
And now my final piece of business. For my secretary, Tanis, who has helped us through 2 reigns now and has been my special guardian angel. I'm very sad we couldn't do this in person, but Tanis, I have finally figured you out. Something was never quite right about how much work you got done anytime I called your name. And I had to think about why she could work such miracles. And I have figured it out. She was there on my name day. So when I got my SCA name, Tanis was present. And every time I've invoked her name since, all my troubles have disappeared. And then there's this damning photograph that we found with her and Morwenna and Caradwyn dressed up as the fairy godmothers from Sleeping Beauty. And it suddenly made sense, Tanis, you are my fairy godmother. So we'd like to publicly out you today and award you a new title. And the title is Tanis the Good, first fairy godmother of Atlantia. Thank you for everything.
For Tanis the Good.
Wait, there's more. You also get more supporters. There's no other awards we can give you in this kingdom. There's some things that we can pile on though, and you are going to get supporters for your arms of a hare and a hound as well. Because I pledge this in the future. Anytime you call my name, I will do my best to make all your troubles disappear. Anything I can do to help you, Tanis, it is yours.
For Tanis the Good, Her Majesty's personal fairy godmother and the first fairy godmother of the Kingdom of Atlantia, and recipient of the supporters of a hare and a hound, Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.
For Cohen and Signe, outgoing monarchs of the Kingdom of Atlantia, and for all their excellent service to the kingdom and the kingdom's populace, Vivat! 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 Vivat Atlantia! Vivat! Vivat!
Vivat!
All rise for the Royal Highnesses Anton and Luned, Crown Prince and Princess of Atlantia.
Take this sword and dispense justice tempered with mercy to and for your people as the good king and queen of Atlantia have done since the founding of the realm.
Your Royal Highnesses, do you swear to maintain and defend the rights and privileges of the people of Atlantia, obedient to the laws of society and kingdom for as long as you shall reign?
So swear.
We do swear.
Stand and take the crowns.
Luned, you have been my princess, my queen, and my wife. I love you.
Anton, my ever and always, King of Atlantia.
Vivat their Royal Majesties, Anton and Luned! Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Their Royal Majesties summon before them Baron Lucas and Baroness Elizabeth, representatives of the landed baronage of Atlantia.
Hold one moment, please. We have a few words. Atlantia, hola. We wish you were here with us, and we're glad that you're here virtually with us. We have been forced to retreat to our country home to escape the plague-ridden lands that run rampant around us. We are deeply touched by the plague. One of our beloved daughters abides up in the borderlands between Ethelmark and the east, which are plague-ridden lands. We pray her safety daily. There are some who desperately wanted to be with us here today, and we're very sad that they could not due to the current restrictions. I would like to name them so you are aware of their positions for our reign. The Royal Steward, Duchess Lynette Semer, the Royal Secretary, Mistress Esperanza Susanna Fletcher, our champion, Duke Ragnar Blackhammer, and the captain of my guard, Sir Eckard Thune. We miss you, and we look forward to when we can all be together again.
Further, to those ends, in our times past when we've had the privilege to serve as your king and queen, we have watched the warriors of this kingdom go to war, not just on our lands, but lands way across the desert. And they have served, and they have died, and they have come back heroes. We have a different war now, and we have different heroes. I ask you all to charge a glass for all of those on the front row, in the hospitals, on the side of the road, helping a motorist, or doing whatever job has been determined as essential. You don't have the comfort of staying home. You have the responsibility of all of us. To you, we drink a toast, and thank you and pray for your safety.
Thank you.
Vivat for those who serve us.
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
Herein opens the court of their Majesties Atlantia, Anton and Luned. Time. Their Majesties summon before them Baron Lucas and Baroness Elizabeth, representatives of the landed baronage of Atlantia.
Please stay standing.
Do your excellencies pledge for yourselves and others whom you represent to keep faith with the crown of Atlantia, administering the lands entrusted to you in the name of the crown and bearing true allegiance as representatives of the crown to the people and to the people to the crown?
We so swear.
Your Royal Majesties, their excellencies come representing themselves and their cousins. Will your Majesties swear to uphold those who hold baronial lands for you, to support and defend their traditional rights and privileges, and honor their service to the kingdom?
We so swear. And thank you for your service.
For their excellencies, Windmasters, and all their excellencies that they represent. Vivat! Vivat!
Vivat!
Vivat! Their Majesties summon the representatives of the great officers of state. Proxies bear for the Seneschal, Marshal, Herald, Chatelaine, KMOAS, Westminster, Exchequer, approach and kneel. On behalf of the principals you represent, do you swear to bear true and faithful allegiance to the crown of Atlantia, and pledge that your duties in your office shall be executed in strict and sound accordance to the laws of society and kingdom of Atlantia?
On behalf of the great officers of state for whom I represent, I do.
Your Majesties, do you swear to assist your officers in the proper performance of their duties for your realm and to support and defend them in the execution of the same, giving due recognition for the tremendous service that each of them gives your kingdom?
We so
We
swear.
so swear. And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
So we're going to start with a little bit of official kingdom business. We have a transfer of office that is occurring. The Golden Dolphin Herald office will be transferring immediately upon this announcement. The old or prior Golden Dolphin Herald, Lady Beatrice Sherwood, and the incoming Golden Dolphin Herald, Lord Ragnar Leifson. We thank you, Lady Beatrice, for your service, and we welcome Lord Ragnar.
For the excellent service of Lady Beatrice Sherwood, and the future service of Lord Ragnar Leifson as Golden Dolphin Herald. Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat! Vivat!
We are also glad to announce that we have had a successful investigation to who will follow Master Vlad as Seneschal for Atlantia. Vlad has fulfilled his term. He is posted as law requires and asked for applicants. We have reviewed those. We've reviewed them with Master Vlad, and at this point, we received 4 most excellent applications for the job. The task was not an easy one to select, but we at this point are going to ask, and we have already spoken with her, and she has accepted, Mistress Simone to follow Vlad. We asked them to work on a transition plan and the timing for when this will be done for Simone and Vlad.
For the excellent service of Vlad and the future service of Her Grace Marie Simone de Valier. Vivat! Vivat!
Vivat!
Vivat!
So, while everything has been happening around us, there was an online competition for Cultura Atlantia. There were notable entries, and the Populous Choice winners were
Lady Christina O'Clery and Andre Boskov.
So they made dishes that were to ease the stomachs, calm the mind, and rid the body of the plague, which is very timely. So we thank you for your entries and your service.
Perhaps we could get a larger distribution of that.
Yes, could you make that in quantity so that we may distribute it?
For the winners of the Cultura Atlantia, Lady Christina O'Clery and Andre Boskov. Vivat! 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 Vivat!
Harold, could you open that box and give me the content? At this point, following the wishes of our predecessors and the wishes of us, we wish to reinstate Baron Calric to his full rights and responsibilities as Baron of our barony of Storvik. Thank you, Your Excellency.
For His Excellency, Baron Calric de Ravel. Vivat! 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 Vivat!
They're in order. Blue and white. Blue and white. Green one's empty.
So today, we have someone we'd like to recognize, and we're so sorry that we can't do this in person. If you would read the name, Harold.
Their Majesties, virtually summoned, Caitlin, Egan, Rari.
So Caitlin, we know that you have been working on 14th century fencing garb, that you valuably sewed the blue scarves for the Académie d'Espée. You're researching other 14th century areas such as buttons, and you've certainly, what I've been told is that you've recently started the scribal arts. And for that, His Majesty and I are minded to give you a coral branch today. And this is the scroll. I'm going to hold it up. Hopefully you can see it.
It'll be online later.
It'll be online, and we will send this to you as well as the coral branch medallion via post.
Vivat.
Vivat for Lady Caitlin, Egan, Rari. Vivat!
Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat!
graces.
Their Majesties would have before them their graces, Coon McDay and Sidney Harry.
We'll switch up. We'll switch up.
Your Grace Coon, you and I have had a relationship that goes back more years than your relationship with His Excellency Lucas. Neither one of us need to count those years. But I can tell you this. I have watched your reign, and I have watched Atlantia blossom under your stewardship. But I've never been prouder of what you did this reign. You sacrificed your enjoyment and your fun and the stuff that you love best, which is being an Atlantean, to give back to society. You fought a fight that was impossible to win, but you fought it with your eyes open, you fought it with nobility, and you gave everything you had to it. In doing that, you also allowed the lady that you love to follow her dream and to be free to reign in this kingdom as queen with all of your support and your love. I would like to award you the King's Award of Excellence for what you set the example for all of us. Mistress Esperanza made this for you. She wanted a few words of why. I gave them to her, and the rest of this came from her heart. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend.
Beautiful.
It's amazing.
Stunning.
For the bravery, intensity, and everything else that His Grace brings. For Coon McDay, Vivant!
Vivant!
Vivant! Vivant!
Hand me the next one. I'll hold it. Okay.
Your Excellency, we're at a time now, I want to thank you so much. The kingdom wants to thank you so much. This was a very long and hard reign for you. And you did admirably. Every court was done with grace and warmth and sincerity. And I think everyone in Atlantia recognized that. What I'm doing today is just recognizing you because you've already earned this through your hard work and your effort and your devotion and your dedication.
I feel like you've never done enough.
So this is a small token of what we can present to you to name you a Duchess of Atlantia. The axe head was made by Sir Mark, and this scroll, the runes, the research by Lady Mirren Dunn.
It's amazing.
So good.
That's amazing.
She did the research on this, and it's an exemplar. It's based on the Poetic Edda. I could read this, but I might mutilate it. Iron axe head that started life as a wagon wheel. Silver and brass inlay, cornered hickory handle, buried and gilded with 18-karat gold ink. The leather scrap prepped for ink with translation of text from the axe handle.
Wow.
Take this in memory of your service and appreciation of the kingdom and His Majesty and I.
Thank you, Your Majesties.
Your
Thank you.
Majesties, before we leave, can we borrow that sword? I, Cohen,
And I sing you.
renew our faith and fealty in the kingdom of Atlantia and our personal allegiance and fealty to you, Anton and Luned, to come or to go, to speak or to be silent, in time of war or peace, wherever and howsoever you should need. This is our bond.
The four of us have been in fealty to each other for most of our adult lives. We renew that at this time and charge you to only let us know if we are not aware enough when you are in need. You go with our love.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Thank you, Majesty.
For Atlantia's newest and beloved Duchess, Sydney Henry. Vivat! 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 Vivat!
We had envisioned a very different type of coronation. We had envisioned a coronation that was going to be martial-based. You see the beautiful banners and pennants that were made here by Mistress Emma. I wanted to call her Dawn. I'm sorry, Dawn. But Mistress Emma. On short notice, she took the charge to make a pennant for each of the Atlantean orders that would take the field and fight for war points at Pennsic. Our intention was to have our new warlord, His Grace Christoph, bring forth his champions, bring forth his deputy warlords for each of these disciplines, whether it be for the light weapons fighting, whether it be for archery, whether it be for thrown weapons, equestrian, whether it be for siege, youth activities, or heavy weapons fighting. Everyone was represented. And we were going to start marshaling for that great war. We will marshal for that great war. We just don't know the timing. We have other things to do first. But as His Grace Kuhn said, now is the time to prepare in different ways. We must support each other. I implore you to go and look at online Atlantia. That Duchess Adelheid has struggled mightily and put forth a beautiful product to help keep us together. Through these next few months, our challenge will be to stay connected. We are open to all suggestions to accomplish this. We need to keep our family close and to find ways to celebrate each other's successes during this time. Thank you.
Herein closes the first court of their majesties, Anton and Luned, King and Queen of Atlantia. Vivat Atlantia! Vivat! Vivat!